This is Eric from ET Figure Unboxing, and in this video, we're going to take a look at the Super Action statues, Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. And a lot of you have requested this one, so we're just gonna go ahead and do this first. I have a lot of figures to review. I'm really running behind. Here's the left of the box, here is the right of the box, and here is the back of the box. And again, he comes with a fair amount of accessories, but I feel like for the $80 price point, they should have given us at least 2 more heads. This is the only ones he come with. He only really come with one, because he has that default one and the mask one. Like, I really want like a shouting face or something, but anyways, I only have one issue with this figure. It is the same as Juzo. It's just too freaking tall. Like, I can't pose this if Kaneki's as tall as like an NBA player. Like, this is the SH Figure Arts Iron Man. Like, he's taller than Iron Man. Like, can you imagine? Like, I don't know, like, I've read a lot of reviews and seen a lot of YouTube videos on Juzo. Everyone is talking about the inconsistency with the size. They do that for JoJo Bizarre as well. Like, I'm not asking Medicos to, match their scale with other lines, but, at least be consistent with your own line, right? Like, how are they gonna make characters like Jason? Like, Jason's is, like, 3 times taller than Kaneki. Is he gonna be like this tall? Like, I don't think so. But yeah, anyways, he looks good, and let's bust this thing open and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure still during the packaging, and wow, now that I'm looking at it, the amount of accessories they came with is pathetic. I feel like we're only paying for the fact that this is the only articulated Kaneki in the market right now. But anyways, let's just check out the figure itself. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and as you guys can see, he looks amazing. And I feel like Super Action Statues is like a brand in between SH Figure Arts and Figma, where they capture the likeness of the character very well, but they sacrifice a little bit of articulation. But just look at the detail on the face. Like, it looks very, very good. I think arguably this looks better than SH Figure Arts in some cases. So yeah, they just have that different style. And I think the Super Action statue style suits Tokyo Ghoul very well. Has that kind of like dark feeling, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it looks very, very good. I really like it. The paintwork and the sculpt on this guy is amazing. And he can actually stand quite well on his own. Yeah, minus the fact that I can't really stand him right now. But yeah, he looks really good. At least he stands better than Juzo and Shu. Let's check out the articulation and see what we got. Alright, in terms of the articulation, Kaneki is actually one of the better ones I have experienced from Super Action statues. I have some JoJo figures here and there, but I feel like it's not fair for me to compare them because they have very, very different designs. So I'm just gonna compare it with Tokyo Ghoul figures. While even Shu is not fair because Shu is wearing suits, so it's gonna look a little bit blocky. But I'm gonna compare it with Juzo. Juzo feels very fragile in general, but Kaneki does feel very sturdy, so I really like it. The articulation is actually very good this time around. He still can kick very well. We're gonna take a look at that later, but let's go over it from the neck down. He can look up and down, no problem. He can turn his head, no problem. Not so much up and down, because the hair is really hindering the articulation. I thought it's gonna be different with the default head without a mask, but apparently the hair part over here, it's really, really hindering. So I don't know, I don't really need it because I don't really need him to look that much up anyways. This is decent enough for me. And yeah, for the shoulder, the whole thing is just connected to like a long ball joint. You can swivel over here. It's not bicep swivel, but you can swivel from the shoulder like so. This is not the first time we've seen this design. SH Figure Arts does this also. And for the bicep curl, you can bend that much, and you do have a swivel over here. If you really want to, like, you can do that, so that's pretty good. And for the wrist part, the whole thing is just like this, like very standard Super Action statues. And the ab crunch is actually pretty good. This feels very, very nice. This is so sturdy, and it has a really good range of motion. I really like the ab crunch over here. And we also do have some movement on the hip as well. The move on the hip is really, really good. So he can kind of do this, like, dodging kind of pose. Like, if I hit him over here, he can dodge it like that. No problem. And yeah, the leg is where I feel like it's a little bit lacking. You can swivel over here, but you can't really kick up because he doesn't have the softer material like some of the Figma figures does. I do have this guy handy. This is the Figma figure from Durarara. Just look at this. Like, they can bend it, they can kick very well just because they designed this to be like a softer piece. But softer piece just doesn't look, or it doesn't work too well on Super Action statues, I feel like. And you can bend the leg that much. This part is a little bit hindering, so he can't really bend too much. and toe, you have toe hinge and everything, and this is pretty standard, just a ball joint over here. And yeah, I think that's it for the articulation, and let's check out the accessories. Alright, so as mentioned earlier, he doesn't come with a lot of accessories, and the first one we have over here is the cracking finger hand. It only comes with one right hand, but it looks really good. I really like it. He never does it with his left hand anyway, so yeah, this is really cool. This is definitely gonna be my favorite accessories. Well, interchangeable hands. Alright, so next up he come with one pointing right hand, and that looks pretty good. But I don't remember him doing this. I don't remember him like just pointing at people. Do let me know in the comments if like I just don't remember correctly, but this does look really cool. Or this could just be like a joke they're pulling like from JoJo Bizarre, because JoJo Bizarre people does this a lot. But regardless, it looks really good. And maybe I can pose it with his Kagune or something, so that's pretty cool. Oh right, I remember now. This is where he tells people to be quiet. Yeah, this is not a pointing hand. Like he does this in the show where like he kicks people's ass and just tell them to like be quiet and listen to me. I remember that scene from Ayato, so that is really cool. I literally just thought of this like right after I filmed the last section. Yeah, it's really cool. So next up we have a karate chopping hands, and the weird thing about these is that it only comes with one. Like it doesn't come with a pair. Like I understand that if they're giving us just one of these like finger cracking hands, but why can't they give us a pair for everything else? Why are they being so cheap? But regardless, it looks really good, and I don't really think I need two, but it would be nice if they can give us like a pair. Alright, so next up he come with one left hand where he's doing the clenching, and again, why can't they give us a pair? Like it would have been so cool if he can do this like when he's yelling, right? Stuff like that. Like why? This is so stupid. Like why can't you give us like two? Like this is what I'm feeling right now, like alright, so here we have the last interchangeable hands, and again, this is only the left hand. Like it looks really good, but I don't know why they couldn't give us a pair. This guy is the most expensive out of the 3 Tokyo Ghoul figures they have, and Shu and Juzo both had like 6 pairs of hands. I don't know why they cheap out on this guy. The box is also a little bit smaller. Maybe they just decided to shrink the box, but don't shrink your like accessories, right? Like it's so stupid. I don't think Kaneki's like license fee is that much more expensive. Like I don't know like what's wrong over here, but anyways. Alright, so next up we have the interchangeable head, and I personally don't really like this one. It looks a little bit off to me, but that is up for you to decide because everyone has different opinions. But I feel like the head is a little bit too big for the body. Well, I could be wrong because, well, I really think it looks a little bit big. But anyways, this is what it looks like. You can decide if you like it or not. It's your own opinion. And yeah, now that I'm comparing them side by side, I really feel like the default head is a little bit big, and the mask head is a little bit smaller, which fits with the body better. So I'm probably never going to use this head. So yeah, that is a minus point for me right there. Alright, so lastly, we have his Kagune, or these are just like his tails. For those of you who don't know Tokyo Ghoul, they have this kind of like power where they like, you know, have tails, and everyone has like different tail as like their weapon. And yeah, this one is a lot better than Shu's. It has some articulation over here, and it's really nicely detailed. They're all on like ball joints over here, so it's really nice. Well, not really ball joints, it's like one of those Medicos, but you guys can see like right here, like you know exactly how this moves, right? Like it just swivels like that, and there's like a ball over there. And for you to assemble this, you have to unplug this in, and then just put this into Kaneki's back. And then let's check out what that looks like. So here we have him assembled with the Kagune, and that looks amazing. I really like the way it looks. In terms of the articulation, it's pretty minimal, I believe, because he can't really move his tail like, you know, try to block stuff like when you're trying to pose with it, but it does really good like statically. And I really hope they come with like an alternative one where it's a little bit bigger, but that might, you know, end up costing over $100. And yeah, it looks really good. And let me just try to pose with it. Or maybe I can like pull off something a little bit different. I still don't like the look on this, but you know, there's nothing we can do about it. They probably can think of a better way to do this. Yeah. So you can kind of do that, I guess. Let me see if there's anything I can do it better. Yeah, so yeah, you can kind of do it like Naruto's 9 Tails or something. It's pretty minimal, but I think it's decent enough. And yeah, I think that's it for the accessories. And let's check out the size comparison. Alright, so for the size comparison, let's try to have some fun with it. I haven't done much for you guys because I have been very busy, but here we go. This is what he will look like next to some Avengers figures, and that looks pretty good. And again, he is a little bit bigger than my taste, but now that I'm looking at it, he will look a little bit weird if he's too small. And it might be very hard to capture all the details on him. So I still think it's really good, and yeah, that's cool. Alright, so next up we have him next to some Dragon Ball figures, and that looks pretty good as well. It is actually harder than I thought to pull up all these poses. It's really hard to balance them. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, so next up we have some Star Wars folks trying to eliminate Kaneki, and that looks pretty good. If you're wondering where I got these robes, they're from an eBay seller, so just go on eBay and type like SH Figure Arts Cape or something, or Black Series. You get the idea. Alright, so next up we have Kaneki versus Naruto and Sasuke. I'm still trying to get the Itachi version Sasuke, but it is too expensive right now in Japan. I'm just gonna wait for the US release. It's way too expensive. I'm sorry guys, but you know, that's just how it is. It is 2 times the price. Alright, so next up I have him next to some Figma figures. And again, he is a little bit big, but none of them are in scale if you really think about it. I really wish my anti-mage is a lot bigger than this. They look really good regardless. Everyone is in their own scale, like over here. Alright, so lastly I have my elite team of Kamen Riders trying to take Kaneki out, and that looks really good. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Oh yeah, I forgot to compare him with these two. I'm sorry guys, but he definitely fits in very well with the domestic figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I highly recommend the figure. And despite all the issues I talk about, I still feel like my $80 is really well spent. Like, this guy is definitely better than the previous two. I know he's lacking in accessories, but you know, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, they just decided to give us like less interchangeable hands. Maybe the license fee for Kaneki is a little bit more expensive. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why they would do that. And obviously, like, we kept talking about this, but my only issue with it is that he is a little bit taller. But if they make this any more small, I think he's gonna miss some important details. So I think that's why Medicos does things their way. And I know they tend to do this stuff for JoJo as well, where like, you know, some characters are supposed to be big, some characters are supposed to be small, but you know, they're just not the right size even in their own line. I'm not asking them, you know, to match SH Figure Arts or Figma scale, right? But, you know, at least be consistent with your own line. Like, how are they gonna make Jason or, you know, Arima or all these other taller characters now that Kaneki's like this tall? So, I don't know, they might still make them, but, you know, just in a really crappy scale. Medicals really just focus on, like, how individual characters look. Like, they don't really care about, you know, like, if it scales with other figures. But yeah, I really do enjoy the figure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this figure, or, like, just Tokyo Ghoul in general. This is Eric, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to say this, but thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and if you guys can share or like, comment, and subscribe, that would be really cool. It will really inspire me to do more when more people watch. I think we've been doing this for almost a year, right? I know a lot of people follow me on a regular basis. You guys are awesome, and this is Eric. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.